And that's why you should never, ever take your eyes off a llama.
Okay, well, thank you, Bobby. We'll sure keep that in mind. Who's next? Yes, Erin.
For my project, I'm going to talk to you about a really cool place I visited called Glasnevin Cemetery.
Yes, I love scary stories.
No, Charlie, this isn't like that.
Aww.
These are real stories about real people.
So it's...
Charlie Boland, will you please stop interrupting? Continue, Erin.
So, my story begins outside Glasnevin Cemetery. Our tour was just about to start.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Glasnevin Cemetery. My name is David, and I will be leading this tour today. Before we begin, though, can anyone tell me who founded this cemetery? I'll give you a clue. He was also known as the Liberator. No. His first name was Daniel?
Daniel O'Connell?
Yes, that's right. In the early 1800s, there were a very strict set of rules, which meant that Catholics had no cemeteries of their own in which to bury their dead. Daniel O'Connell wanted to open a cemetery where all religions and none could bury their dead.
What do you mean by none?
Excuse me?
You said all religions and none. What do you mean?
He meant those who didn't practice religion. Daniel believed that everyone had the right to be buried with dignity. Now, if you'd like to follow me, I want to show you the monument dedicated to Daniel O'Connell. So this is Daniel O'Connell's monument, and it's the largest round tower in Ireland. It was built in the 1850s and cost £18,000 to build, which is the equivalent of €14 million today.
How tall is it?
It is 55 meters high. Follow me for the next part of the tour. This tombstone holds great significance in Glasnevin Cemetery. Rather tragically, it is the grave of Michael Carey, a young boy who died at the age of 11 years old from a disease that was very common at the time, tuberculosis. He was the first person to be buried here way back in 1832.
Really great story, Erin. Now, remember, you only have 2 minutes left for your presentation.
Okay, so to finish up, I thought I'd show you some photos of some of the famous Irish people's graves I visited.
Oh, like Bono?
No, Charlie, graves are for people who are dead.
Ooh.
Charles Stuart Parnell, known as the uncrowned King of Ireland. He went on to lead the Land League and the Home Rule Party and worked to increase Ireland's independence. It was his wish to be buried with the common men and women of Ireland, and so was buried with thousands of others in a cholera grave in the cemetery. Michael Collins, stationed in the GPO during the 1916 Rising, was a member of the First Dáil and IRA Director of the Intelligence during the War of Independence. Countess Markovich played a leading part in the 1916 Rising, was the first woman to be elected to the British Parliament, but she abstained and was the only female minister in the First Dáil in 1919.
Ouch!
Jim Larkin was a trade unionist and worked with James Connolly to establish the Irish Labour Party. He led workers in the 1913 strike and lockout. Elizabeth O'Farrell. She was a member of Cumann na mBan and positioned in the GPO during the Rising. She delivered the surrender to the Easter Rising, waving a small white flag. She met with General Lowe on Saturday, April 29th, and then travelled around Dublin to spread the word to lay down weapons. Eamon de Valera. He was born in New York in 1882, commanded the garrison at Boland's Mill during the Rising, played a major role in the War of Independence. He was Taoiseach and also president for 14 years.
And can anyone do these tours?
Yes, there are tours available all the time.
I'll pack in my bags.
No problema.